Hello everyone and welcome to the Yonsei dorm move-in video. I've really wanted to make this for a while just because I know people can get quite lost during the process, especially if you're jet lagged, which I was so out of it when I first got to Korea. I'm amazed I showed up at the dorm. I'm not even joking. So assuming you come from the airport, you're going to want to either take a taxi, subway, or an airport limousine bus. If you're being economical, the airport limousine or the subway is a good choice. If you don't mind spending about $60, a taxi will get you directly there. So another one is if you take the subway, you will want to go to Sinchon Station. Line 2, that's the green line. That information's all there too. And from that station stop, you can either take a bus to get pretty close to the dorms, or you can take a taxi to get right there. And honestly, if you have a lot of heavy luggage, the taxi is going to be the way you want to go. But if you want to walk, because I know a lot of you want to be independent and you want to be there and you want to do it, you're going to find your way. I was the same way. So I'm with you. We got this. Just go ahead and follow the directions. I'm going to type up. All right, now that you've checked in and you're in your room, the two things you're probably going to want to do first is get the air conditioning or heat adjusted to your preferred level. I usually recommend people start at 25 degrees Celsius because that's 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and then work your way up and down from there. The second thing I know a lot of people like to do is contact home and say, hey, I'm in the dorms, I'm alive, and I made it. So you can probably use the Wi-Fi if you have a device set up for that. If you don't have an electronic device, or if your phone, laptop, or whatever is misbehaving, which trust me, I know it happens, don't worry. There is a computer lab down in SK Global House. You can just go in there, sign in, email mom and be like, I'm here, I'm home. Well, not home, in the dorms, but your dorms will be your home. They were my home for 6 months. So once that's all done, you'll probably want to go and get some food, right? And SK is pretty well set up in that they have a lot of little eateries connected to the language building and the graduate school. So there's a check-in desk at the front, and you'll kind of just want to go behind the desk and turn left. And it might sound really screwy because when you first go down that way, you don't see an immediate left-hand turn. There's only one, it's the first one, go that way. You should see a GS25, which is a convenience store. That will have one of anything, but it is slightly overpriced in my opinion. So if you need snacks or adapters, charging cables, whatever have you, it's going to be in there. So there'll be the GS, and then there'll be an upward staircase. The upward staircase goes to the Korean Language Institute, and the hallway down to the right will have a bunch of eateries, it'll have a phone store, and that leads to the graduate school area. If you are an undergraduate exchange student, they will have a lot of undergraduate exchange classes there. It's called New Millennium Hall. Alright, so if you see those eateries, you are going to see a big one to your left. That's going to be Crazy Brown. That place is pretty overpriced, but they have everything in English, so that will help you out if you don't speak any Korean. And if you have a dietary restriction, you can usually ask about stuff there, and they'll make sure you can get something you can eat. Now, on the right-hand side, if they haven't changed the layout, there is an Ole store, which is a telephone store. It's hello backwards, hello, Ole, hello, cute, right? You can get a SIM card there if your device is unlocked. They have some pretty inexpensive, just feature phones to use. Those aren't bad actually, and I know a lot of my friends pick those up. And after that store, there is a cafe. After the cafe, there are a couple small eateries. They were in construction when I left at the end of last fall, so can't guarantee what's there. They might have the burger and shake store still, which is pretty much burgers and quesadillas, which are quite yummy, and some burritos, which are big. So if you're hungry, burritos are a good choice. Those are the eateries in the basement there, and for your first day, get your protein, get your carbs, and go exploring that afternoon or the next day. Trust me, you're tired and there's a few other things you need to take care of. Okay, so once you've eaten, you'll probably want to finish setting up your room. Wi-Fi is not provided in the rooms, however, it's pretty easy to make your computer into a hotspot. Just Google the kind of system you have, Mac or PC, and making a hotspot, and then you can set one up in your room. Your computer will need to be connected through an Ethernet cable into the wired connection, and there's directions usually pasted right on the desk on how to do that. Follow those, set up your internet, set up your Wi-Fi, and you can run your phone off of that Wi-Fi pretty quickly. I recommend password protecting your Wi-Fi if you do set it up, just because 1, privacy, 2, if you have issues Skyping or watching videos, it could be because people are leeching off of your Wi-Fi and they're too lazy to set up their own, or they can't because their systems can't handle it. Either way, a password will get rid of those issues, so no problem there. So there are a few dorm amenities I really like. They provide filtered water on every floor, hot and cold. For the hot one, you might want to push the button to get the hot water to come out. Get a good reusable couple bottles or something, and I recommend using those. And if you're there in the winter, get a thermos. It's cold, warm things help, especially tea in my opinion. Next to the water, there's going to be a lot of other useful things. There's a refrigerator and a microwave. If you use a refrigerator, label your stuff and take it out when it goes bad. Please, it's really bad when you leave stuff there. Speaking of throwing things out, actually, right next to the water cooler on the other side, you'll find the trash and recycling. Please separate the recycling. In Korea, it's a big deal. You need to do it. It's not that hard. Just when you have extra plastic bags in your room, go ahead and have a little one for trash and a little one for the recyclables that are clean, such as like water bottles or cardboard boxes and stuff like that. Once you've been in Korea for a week or two, you'll probably feel the need to do laundry. There is a laundry room down in the basement, as well as a dry cleaning area where you can get dresses or fancy clothing or suits dry cleaned for pretty decent prices. It's all coin operated for the laundry, so keep your change somewhere convenient so you can just grab it and go. For getting detergent, GS25 will have some, and Daiso will also have some. For those of you who don't know, Daiso is kind of like a Japanese dollar store that's also in Korea. It's really great. They have a lot of stuff for home organizing and just basic room things that are cheap enough where you can buy them and get rid of them before you go back home, but they're decent enough where you'll be able to use them for usually the duration of your semester or 2 semesters, or longer. I've actually had some Daiso stuff come back to the States with me, and they also have some basic toiletries, so if you need shampoo, conditioner, and they have normal brands. They have like Dove and Nivea, so it's not very cheap. It's inexpensive, I like to say. Anyway, now that you've moved in or have completed your plan for moving in, congratulations, it's really exciting. I have a few more videos coming up about the whole Yonsei life, Yonsei KLI topics, so do look for those. If you have any special requests, comments down below. I'll leave a link to a blog post where I go over everything I just said in detail with links, explanations, and all that jazz. So hopefully see you guys next time. Bye.